Right, so I like to say Barakatah Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakah HaKwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS, and salutations to you brothers out there that's doing this work in truth and sincerity. So, I'm going to go into this real quick. Psalms 120:7. I am for peace, but when I speak, they are for war. And the Lord is using who to speak? The prophets. Right? He using a man out on the highways and hedges to speak. That's according to the book of Hosea 12:10, Matthews 10:20, Psalms 9:9, and more. The Lord is using these men to speak, and these men are speaking and prophesying ultimately about war, because that's what the Lord is about to bring upon the earth, is war and destruction. Right? You would say, why would the Lord bring such things upon the earth? Well, look at the earth, man. It's filled with violence. It's filled with wickedness. Right? These people, hearts are filled with iniquity. These people believe what they're doing is the right thing to do. Well, no, it's not. It's not the right thing to do, man. Right? If you're not walking in the righteousness of Yahweh Shai, then you're walking contrary to that, man. Right? So the Lord is about to bring about destruction and death unto America, or aka Babylon. So again, the Lord said what? The scripture says what? I am for peace, but when I speak, they are for war. So the Lord is declaring war. Right? It's what the scripture say in 2nd Esdras, the 15th chapter. It says, woe unto the world and them that dwell therein. Well, that word woe means what? To threaten or destruction. So the Lord is threatening to bring about destruction upon this place. Right? Revelation chapter 18 verse 5 says her sins have reached unto heaven. So the Lord is about to bring about a great cleansing, man. And he's about to do it by way of fire. Right? The scriptures tell you in 2 Peter's that the elements shall melt with fervent heat. So the Lord is about to bring about a great cleansing. So look, when we out there, when we out there speaking, it's the Lord speaking. Because we're coming straight out of the book. We're coming with the prophecies that are spoken of in the scriptures. Right? So I want to grab this real quick in the book of Revelations. The book of Revelations chapter 18. Right? So this is the book of Revelation chapter 18 verse 9. So like it, bear with me. It says, and the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and live deliciously with her shall bewail her. Right? It says, and lament for her. It says, when they shall see the smoke of her burning. Right? So the scriptures talk about the smoke of her burning. Who is it talking about? It's talking about America, aka Babylon. Right? Because this place is what's going to fall upon this place is nuclear missiles. Right? A great destruction. And what the nations are going to bear witness to is the smoke of her burning. That's what they're gonna bear witness to. This place have lived how it wanted to. The elites have lived how they wanted to. But there's consequences. There's judgment that's gonna come about the way they have lived, the way they have took part in the wickedness that they committed. So the Lord is going to bring about a great destruction. So again, it says, and the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her. It says, and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning, standing afar off for the fear of her torment. It says, saying, at last, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, For in 1 hour is thy judgment come. Remember, man, it takes about 30 minutes for a nuclear missile. I think even some nuclear missiles take a shorter time than that, right, to reach over here to the Americas. You're going to have many nations that's going to use those missiles against America. Which this is what those missiles are being prepared for. Is to be shot, is to be used, not to be kept as something to just, see and, oh, we got power. No, they're going to be used. Everything as of right now is leading up to the destruction of this place. So at last, for that great city is fallen. America is going to be done away with, man. It says, verse 11, and the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore. Look at the nations. How do the nations, why do the nations actually come to America? Well, to provide resources for their families. So they come to America, get the money here, right? Work their asses off to get a paycheck so they can send that to their family. Why you think they have, these restaurants, these Asian restaurants? Why you think they have these the liquor stores? And look who's running these Asian restaurants and liquor stores, right? Look who's Look who's coming over here and becoming doctors and whatnot. People of other nations. Right? And they're using Jake as a benefit to their family. Because Jake goes and spend his money with these other nations. Which, we do as well, man. Because it ain't like Jake got a bunch of restaurants and stores open for us to go buy merchandise for our own people. From our own people. We have to buy it from the nations. So we have to go up in there and buy the merchandise that they have gotten to give unto us. Right? But that's coming to an end. That's coming to an end, man. So it says, and the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn. Salakia. And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore. The merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones, and of pearls and fine linen and purple and silk and scarlet, and all thin wood, and all manner vessel of ivory, and all manner vessel of most precious wood, and of brass and iron and marble. It says, and cinnamon and odors and ointments and frankincense and wine and oil and fine flour and wheat and beast and sheep and horses and chariots and slaves and souls of men. It says, and the fruits that thy soul lusteth after are departed from thee, and all things which were dainty and goodly are departed from thee, and thou shalt find them no more at all. Because this place is going to be done away with, man. Hey, the Lord said the only thing that's going to be left of this place is evil spirits and a wild beast, right? This place will not be inhabited by men again. So the Lord is set on bringing destruction to this place. So America only got a little time left, man. This place only got a little time left for these devils to do what they're doing, because ultimately one of the main prophecies that have to come to pass is the mark of the beast. right? The MOTB, the Charagma. That's one of the last prophecies. The elect is being sealed. And we know that the elect was being sealed because we can see that we're coming closer and closer to the end of this place. There's no doubt about it, man. There's so much taking place right now. So many things that's happening. For an example, this dude got to drive as close as he possibly can, man. I tell you, these people don't know how to drive, man. No common sense, right? But for an example, you have America raising the minimum wage. The minimum wage is like $14.30 or something like that. But you got restaurants that's actually paying their employees up to about $18 to $20 an hour. But in raising the wages and doing so has caused the employer to let go a lot of people. So it backfired. It put employees in a bad situation. So now these employees got to find jobs. And another thing on top of that is that the whole, I believe if I'm not wrong, but I saw it last night, how a guy said that a lot of the jobs that people could go and try to get hired from is actually fake jobs, man. So this whole thing about there's a bunch of jobs out there is a lie, man. It's a lie. It's keeping up this perception that America is still doing good. The economy is still doing good. It's again, like I always say, man, it's a blanket covering the mess that you have under the bed. That's all they're doing. They're keeping people thinking that this shit is going great, that it's going good. Look at the trucking industry. There's more and more people coming out of the trucking industry. They have a trucking shortage right now because you have the men that's been doing it for a while are now retiring, right? They're retiring. Some are leaving the trucking industry and they can't get a lot of millennials and Gen Zers to come into that business. So the blood of America, right, is the blood of America seemed to have some blood clots, man. And eventually it's gonna go into a damn seizure. Right? And that seizure is gonna be the people, when these people are not gonna be able to get what they need, these people are gonna flip the hell out, man. More and more jobs are being taken from the people and given to AI robots, man. These robots are working. They got forklifts, bro. Man, I would have, me personally, I would have never thought to see this in my life. But they got forklifts that are controlled by AI robots, man. Forklifts. And they work effectively and efficiently. A robot picking up large pallets, taking the pallets off the shelves, putting them on the floor, getting them ready to be shipped out, loading them on docks. That shit is wild, man. That shit is crazy. What these devils are taking more and more jobs. Now the warehouse jobs are leaving. That's why a lot of people tend to go to work. It's the warehouse. The warehouse jobs are like the last resort, right? I'm not saying that the warehouse jobs are for people who didn't really get anywhere, but that's like one of the jobs. Warehouse jobs are like one of the jobs that are always open for hire, man. So when it's kind of difficult for you to get into anything else, whether if it's difficult for you to become a construction worker, an electrician, or whatever, the warehouse jobs is where to go. And then they're giving them to robots. What's that going to do for people that can't get warehouse jobs now? Amazon doing the exact same thing. Now, Amazon, they actually have drone drop off, man. So they got drones actually dropping off packages for people. What's going to happen when they bring out these robots? They talking about bringing out robots in 2030. Lord willing, we ain't here that long. But if we are, they're talking about bringing out robots in 2030. So then you're going to be having robots in these trucks, in these Amazon trucks, and they going to be getting out, taking the packages and delivering them to your front door. That goes to Amazon drivers, UPS, and all these other companies. They're going to resort to the same thing. And you got to think about it too, man. Like, you know, with people, there's limitations on people. Like, people get stressed out, anxiety, right? People don't want to be overworked. So if they feel like they overworked, they miss days. Robots aren't like that. So they will benefit off robots. And on top of that, they can have robots working all night. Robots ain't going to complain and get tired and miss a day off work. But they're talking about how it's a benefit, how the robot industry is a benefit to the society. How is it a benefit to the society? Taking jobs from people. How are these people supposed to make a paycheck now? What happened when the construction business started slowing down? When they start putting that to a stop hire, or electrician, right? These career jobs, and then you're gonna barely be able to go to telemarketing, because telemarketing they taking the jobs there. Now you got robots talking like humans. You can't even tell if you're talking to an actual person now. Not only that, but the robots are more polite. What's the word? More intelligent, and they could deal with you even when your ass is tripping out on the phone. So they're replacing you people with AI robots, and they're saying that 75 to 95% of the jobs are going to be, 75 to 90% of the jobs are going to be taken by robots. That's a lot of fucking jobs, man. A lot of jobs that people used to do, robots are going to do. That's going to create a civil war. That's going to create a revolution. These people got to feed their families, man. They got to feed their kids. They got bills to pay. You put these people in a corner. And they're going to begin to act like animals. But let's finish this off. It says, let's see, where were we? Right, it says the merchants, Revelations 18 and 15, the merchants of these things which were made rich by her shall stand afar off for the fear of her torment, and weeping and wailing, and saying, at last, that great city that was clothed in fine linen and purple and scarlet, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, for in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught. It says, and every ship master, and all the companies and ships and sellers, and as many as trade by sea, stood afar off, and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, what city is like unto this great city? It says, and they cast dust on their heads, and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, at last, that great city, wherein were made rich all that had ships in the sea, by reason of her costliness, for in 1 hour she is made desolate. Rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for the Most High hath avenged you on her. Because the Lord is a true avenger, man. Right? The Lord is a true avenger, and the Lord is going to revenge his people for the violence and wickedness they brought upon his people. So you people, man, enjoy yourselves while you can, because the Lord is about to bring woe upon this place. The Lord is about to bring destruction upon America. And before that happens, you're gonna suffer, man. So it says, and a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all. So everything is leading up to the destruction of America. First, you people gonna fight against yourselves. You're gonna be like zombies in the streets. The Lord is gonna bring great war, as you can see, which is happening as of right now, and then destruction. Because hey, it was rumored, right? And it was articles brought out on Newsbreak that it's a possibility that Vladimir Putin isn't gonna stop at Ukraine. Right now, man, you got war going on in the Middle East, right? You people just don't know because you're not experiencing what they are experiencing over there. Look, Israel's being bombed. Iran is being bombed. Palestine is being bombed. Ukraine is being bombed. Russia was being bombed. Right? There's war over there in the Middle East. And then another war is on the rise, which is China and Taiwan. And then America stated that if China go to war with Taiwan, the U.S. is going to help Taiwan fight against China. China, Russia, and the U.S. is three of the great powers upon the earth. And we are approaching that, man. This is how America is going to be destroyed. The scripture says, what? Thus with violence shall that great city be thrown down. With violence. So the Lord right now, man, he isn't for peace. He is for war. What's on the mind of the Lord? Well, you know what? Let me not say that because I don't know what's on the mind of the Lord. But according to these scriptures, what the Lord had the prophets written down is war and destruction. That's what's written down. And that's what we're speaking. Now, the reason why I said I don't know what's on the mind of the Lord is because our thoughts are not his thoughts. Something that he could be thinking we might not be thinking. We small-minded. That's why it's best to just stick to the scriptures and speak on what's written. But this is what's written. This is what the Lord had the prophets write. And this is what we speaking. But other than that, I'm going to end it from there and say Barakatah Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah, Lord willing, this was edifying. Shalom.